You there?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. To Lady Diva Live Radio. We are all on air real time right now. Call in on my guest line number 657-383-0771. And if you're calling from another country besides the U.S., please dial 1 first. The show will begin right now. I am your host with the most, Brenda Moss, a.k.a. Lady Diva here, calling from Evansville, Indiana. Thank you all. Thank you all again for tuning in. I have with me today return guest, Fostina Dixon. Welcome, Fostina Dixon, back to the show.
Thank you so much. Nice to be back, Brenda. Thank you.
Yes, you were on my show back in 2020, and you was a guest, first-time guest then. There was so many downloads from that show. Your music is awesome. And may I ask, where are you calling from right now?
Calling from Bear, Delaware.
Bear, Delaware. All right, Bear, Delaware fans. I have a star on my platform today. Call in and give her a shout out. As we start the show, I would like to introduce you to the listening audience. Now, Fostina Dixon is a composer, vocalist, and jazz soloist who plays soprano, alto, and baritone saxes, flute, and clarinet. Now, Fostina is a native of Wilmington, Delaware, where she studied with the late Robert Boysie Lowery. As a young woodwind instrumentalist, she played for the Delaware All-State Band and was selected for the American Young Symphonic Orchestra, which toured Europe. Now, you have traveled a lot of countries. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Yes, you have. You traveled Germany, Austria, Italy, Belgium, France, so on and so forth. You have been out there. How long have you been in the music industry, per se, your music career?
I have different phases of my music career. I have phases as a performer, as an educator, as more of a administrator. When I had the Wilmington Youth Jazz Band for 15 years. So sometimes it's hard for me to answer that question. Because, for example, you and I met in 2020.
Yeah.
And my first smooth, I call it contemporary jazz. And you know these words are hard for musicians like myself. Maybe we can get into that later. Because musicians and artists, creative people, we just want to do what we do. A lot of times labels will prohibit our thinking process. But in 2019, the Vertical Alignment CD came out, and you and I met in 2020. So for some people, because that was labeled as a smooth jazz, contemporary jazz CD, for some people, that was their first time hearing my name. For people who have been, say, more traditional jazz followers, they've known me probably about 30 years. Okay. So, you know, that's a difficult question, and sometimes I have to remind myself to not be surprised that no one's heard of me, you know.
Right.
Don't be surprised. This is a big world, and you know that's the joy of the world. It's like we can take in as much as we want to on a daily basis. Yeah. And so just like I'm learning every day, other people are learning every day too. Yes. So I accept that.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. So that track, Leave the Door Open. Oh, my goodness. I love how you did that. I love it. And when was that track released, and what album was that one on?
So Leave the Door Open, it was released in June of 2022 as a single. Okay. But it's actually on this New Beginnings CD. Yes. So for those people who downloaded and enjoyed Leave the Door Open, if they get this New Beginning CD, they can still enjoy my rendition of Leave the Door Open. I have to tell you that Bruno Mars is just so inspiring.
Yes, he is.
And
that's what inspired you to do that track, huh, Fostina?
You better believe it. And, you know, I'm going to practice discipline right now and not just start shouting all over the telephone and carrying on. But I
We're going to move on.
I just love his demeanor. I love his old school with the new school. Up until Smoking Out the Window, most of his stuff was very, kind of kid-friendly as they, people, I just said, people are allowed to grow, and so I have no judgment, but, yeah, he just has a wonderful way of combining his suits, the band's attire, the way the band lets loose and cut loose, like old school, like jamming. I mean, I just love him as, a new rendition of what it means to play hard, like Prince, Marvin, now Bruno, they just we play hard, so that's what I like.
Yeah, old school R&B is what's in, and people are really calling and thirsting for it nowadays, because I think the music that's going out today is not making sense to a lot of people, and even a young generation are thirsting for old school R&B as well, smooth jazz with vocals, so on, and so that's what's up. So as we go on, we're going to talk about your new album, New Beginnings. What made you name the album that title, New Beginnings? And what's the ultimate desire, what you wish the fans get out of this whole album?
So, New Beginnings is, for me, in my heart of hearts, it's for me to just be who I am. Actually, we did a lot of this probably during the pandemic, and I can't, the pandemic kind of threw some years, like 2020, you and I met in 2020. The pandemic, I believe, hit in 2019. So I did some of this CD in 2020, a little bit in 2020, most of it in 2021. No, 2021, 2022. That's it. So we're coming out of the pandemic. We're doing the best we can as artists. A lot of us are not performing much. There's this thirst within our spirit to just be creative on a level where we can just break free from this experience that the whole world has just come out of or is still going through at the tip end of the COVID. And for me, it was just a way for me to just be who I am at that moment. So I didn't want to think of it as any particular genre. I pulled out some music that I had written years ago, and with the help of Bill Jolly, who helped me reorganize some of the music that I had written, we ended up doing, I think I ended up doing 6 songs of mine, 2 of them co-written with Gail Johnson. But I just wanted to express myself. I just wanted to just be who I am, and being who you are is so important. We have all these pressures, and I love the way that in this day and time, people are just owning who they are. People are owning who they are. Yes. We have people who have been oppressed in many different ways, like what's her name, Lizzo. The way her expression is as a large woman. Just I could go on and on, but there's a new wave of people who are saying, I embrace me for who I am. And I was asked in a press release about who has influenced me. It depends. When I was in New York, and I went to New York seeking a certain thing in my musical journey, which was more what we call straight ahead bebop jazz, and I was listening more to Train and listening more to Miles and Bird. And then I went to another phase where I was listening to Hank Crawford and listening to some people who was crossing the lines. They had an edge on their sound, and they had a mixture of traditional jazz and R&B. And then I started listening to another. So basically, I just want to be a good musician, you know. And then I started listening to Bruno Mars. So this this CD, New Beginnings, is like me not allowing the world to influence me, but for me to be who God created me to be, and for me to be okay with where I am and who I am at this moment. Am I going to transform? Of course I am. I'll see in 10 more years, Brenda, when you and I, or we'll get together before 10 years, but next year when we get together again, I'm just projecting, we both would have changed again. We both would have had new experiences, and I want to be who I am when I get there, you know, and I don't want to be pinned to who I was last year or the year before. Right.
I hear you.
So spiritually, for me, spiritually, every day is a new beginning, to be honest with you.
Amen.
Every day I wake up, I have the new grace, I have new mercy, I have new beginning, and I walk in that. My mistakes are over with. I don't have to look at yesterday's mistakes. This is the day.
All right.
And let us rejoice and be glad in it.
Yes.
And that's who I am.
All right. Thank you for that answer. Wow. So that's for the album New Beginning. So I would like to play another track from the album. This one is For Your Love featuring Ty Causey. So I would like to know, what's the story behind the music for this track before I spin it? Any words you want to tell?
This is a deep story. So Bill Jolly and I were working on it. I only had the music part. And one day we were recording, and I said, I really want some words to this. And Bill came up with these words right on the spot. It blew my mind. It's almost like he went into another zone and came up with these words in about 5 minutes. And then I consulted with someone. I don't know if he wants me to say his name because he's actually quite known. And he recommended Ty Causey. I didn't know Ty Causey from what's that phrase? A can of paint.
He's been around. His name is popular. Yes.
And, you know, again, that type of, that soul scene that Ty is very well known in, I wasn't familiar with that scene until I started, you know, associating with people like Ty Causey and Chris Rizek, and now I'm digging that scene because, like, it reminds me of, like, what my parents played back in the day, you know, just grooving and, you know, like throw on the barbecue in the backyard.
Yeah.
So I called Ty, and because we had this mutual friend, we, you know, bonded. Then that's what musicians, creative people do. And it's amazing how if you're free within yourself, you can just meet people on the spot and not be suspicious. And I sent the song to Ty, and he liked the song. First, it was a ballad, and then I turned it into this what you would call a dance shuffle. But first, it was a ballad, almost like a wedding song. So that's the story. It went through a total metamorphosis right in the middle of us recording, and they was like looking at me like, "Are you serious?" I mean, we already started as a ballad, but it's not the first time I've done that. I said, "Come on, just work with me on this." So now it's like a dance shuffle, you know. They call it like dance music.
Okay.
pocket, you know.
Okay.
So that's For Your Love.
All right, here is For Your Love. You staying at hot seat, Faustina. We'll be right back.
Okay, thank you.
1,000,000 times you let me go. 1,000,000 times I begged you back for more. So many times we don't agree. Still I long to be only here with you and me. So many times we changed our minds. So many times I ask and you decline. You are the only one for me, the only one I see, the only one I need. For your love, for your love, I pray for your love, only for your love I'm thinking of. From now and through the test of time, I promise I'll be yours and you'll be mine. To love and always to be true, this is what I'll do. All my love for you, for your love, for your love, I pray for your love, only for your love I'm thinking of. For your love I pray for your love I pray for your love I wanted nothing more. For your love I pray for your love I stay for your love I wanted nothing more. For your love, every day I'm praying. For your love, I can't let you go away. Only for your love I'm thinking of. For your love I pray for your love I stay for your love I wanted nothing more. For your love I pray for your love I stay for your love I wanted nothing more. Your love.
Phone charging slowly.
All right, that is For
All
Your
right.
Love, featuring Ty
Yes.
Cosby. Yes, I love it. I love it. So as we move along here, I would like to ask you about any upcoming events that's about to happen. Go right ahead with that information, Faustina.
Well, a couple of years ago, I wanted to do a project with all-female saxophonist, and I put a grant out for it, and it didn't happen. And just about 4 months ago, I got a call from MCG Jazz, and they had gotten some sponsorship to put on a project at in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, at MCG Jazz, called Five Women Saxophone Journeys. and it's going to be my first series of what I would like to eventually have as a documentary with five saxophonists, Virginia Mayhew, Erica Lindsay, Sue Terry, and Laura Dreyer for this first round. I've had so many we're going to do this on March 3rd. It's going to start with a round table, which will be documented, filmed, and then we're going to do a concert with all of our music on March 4th. And all of us are composers, and all of us came up in New York. Well, we spent some time in New York developing what I was talking about earlier, developing our skills as more traditional jazz saxophonists. Since then, I'm free from just doing that, but some of the other ladies are doing more. One lady, Sue, lives in Ecuador, so she's doing mostly that type of, it seems like from her repertoire that I've seen, more Spanish influenced music now, but she's also doing orchestration. So it'll be a very interesting journey because we all have different personalities and different styles of playing and different styles of writing. It's going to be very interesting, and the whole point of me wanting to start this was to create more opportunities for women, get more exposure for women who have worked hard on their craft, and create some new types of venues and educational opportunities, because we're all educators as well. I'm very excited to see where this goes. So that's going to be at mcgjazz.org, and so if anyone wants more information, they can go to www.mcgjazz.org, and they're located in Pittsburgh. So, yeah, we've been working on that. I've been working on that really over 2 years.
Okay, well, bless you.
Yeah, that's not a short answer, because I tell you the different possibilities that have opened up. You know, people want to know. I was watching The View a little bit this morning, and there are a group of people who are trying to eliminate certain historical facts that happened specifically in America, because they don't feel that these particular facts, mostly they were talking about African-American facts, things that they're trying to keep out of the history books or not expose. Say, let's call it the whole truth. And people, especially these young people, that's what they're all about. They are all about seeing the whole, as much of the whole truth as possible. I think a lot of rebellion comes out of the fact that people are frustrated because they know that it's something more out there. And I feel that way about, more women being given good opportunities, large opportunities, women who have been on the grind for a while, or women who are pursuing the truth. It's not an age thing. So when I had the Wilmington Jazz Band, 90% of my kids were, I'd say 50. I don't know why I said 90, but we had a lot of girls in the band, and that's because they had a vision of a woman playing a saxophone, so that encouraged them to want to play an instrument and be in the Wilmington Jazz Band. It makes a difference when young people actually see someone doing what they dream to do. And so I'm hoping that, the doors open for more opportunities for women to be a part of this wonderful jazz legacy, this wonderful jazz history making that I've been a part of for a long time, and other women have too. It's just a matter of us pulling together, and you mentioned that earlier, Brenda. I think that we are people who are of like-mindedness are pulling together more frequently now. We have more opportunities to do so.
Yeah.
We don't have to write a letter to get all the way to the other side of the world anymore.
Yes. True.
So I'm doing that, and then I have a pre-Mother's Day, which I'm pretty excited about. They're a lovely couple on when is this? Sunday, April 30th. And this is going to be for all of you people who live in Delaware or neighboring. I did a thing recently, and so many people were from D.C. and Philly. It was funny. So for anybody who wants to take a drive to Delaware, here's a wonderful pre-Mother's Day dinner and concert. And that telephone number would be 302-753-4288. 302-753-4288. And other than that, I'm doing some, just things to kind of keep me busy in terms of just students and private parties, birthday parties, and stuff like that. So stay tuned.
All right.
I will update my website soon. My website is www.FostinaDixon.com.
Thank you.
I update it. You're welcome.
Thank you for that information. And you're open for bookings, and you already answered that. Yes. And your social media now, you are twice on Facebook, correct? 2 times?
I am. I'm on the Saxophone Queen and then my personal page.
Right. Thank you for
Which
that.
Which one do you frequent?
Just your personal page. So,
okay.
But I have like 5 pages on Facebook, group pages.
Yes.
And so I'm all over the place. And are you on Twitter and IG as well? LinkedIn?
I am. On Twitter. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I tagged you in LinkedIn as well for the postings for this show today. If anyone misses the show will be streaming on all major streams online. If anyone missed the show today, anywhere where there's podcasts. And so any other future projects to come you would like to sneak and let us know in on?
No, I'm just just being open to what my next steps are. To be honest with you, COVID really kind of, put me in an isolation mode, and I'm just now coming out, so to speak. So, and it's still a little tricky, so I practice discernment. But, it's flowing. At least we're getting more comfortable, I think.
Yeah. A lot of folks are, including me. And thank you for that. And at this time, you can mention shout-out names for all those lovely people that's been supporting you throughout your journey, especially in the creation of the new album, New Beginnings. Go right ahead, Fostina Dixon.
Oh, that's so nice. Gail Johnson. Shout out to Gail. She was a pleasure to work with. She's on the West Coast, I'm on the East Coast, and you end up bouncing tracks and having an engineer, and we co-produced 2 songs, Sketched in a Better Way, which I think you'll be playing later.
Yeah, I do like Sketch. I was going to load that up, but I was listening to you, and matter of fact, I will be playing A Better Way later in the show. But go ahead with your shout-out names.
Yeah, Gail Johnson and my nieces and nephews, they might be listening. My mom, who's 98 and a half, but she's not listening, but I'm telling the universe, hi, Mom. And all the hard-working musicians. I had a list of people that worked with me: Bill Jolly, Carl Robinson, James Gibson, Dennis Fortune, Daryl King. So many people. Shout out to all the musicians. I heard something with Erica this morning, and she was saying how creative people, we create in the moment when we're performing, but when we are recording, we're perfecting in a moment.
Yeah.
And it just, I'm glad you caught that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you caught that.
Yeah.
So, to all the musicians and creative people who are on the grind every day with faith, believing, that they can achieve what they dream of, a shout out to you. Keep hope alive. Keep your faith strong. Take time for yourself. And, a shout out to just everyone who's been there. I could name so many people. When I was in prayer this morning, the leader was saying, "Remember that song? Somebody prayed for me, had me on their mind." It's so many people that I'm just realizing have been out there, hoping for the best and encouraging me. So thank you all from the bottom of my heart. For
all
real.
Right. I'm going to give them an applause that they've been helping me all this time. Yeah, they deserve it too. Yeah, they deserve it too. Yeah. Don't give them their flowers. And I love them too, even though I don't know them. I love them too for helping you. So we're all helping each other. I mean, I was watching you do your thing. I was like, that's boy, love. You really getting it, I'm so happy for you because you have endured and persevered yourself, Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. It's been 8 years. My 8 years anniversary. Yeah, I'm going into my 9th year within the next few months. It's a struggle, but you guys keep me strong. Y'all keep me going. I feel like y'all are a book yourselves. And every time I have a person on my show, it's like I'm opening up another chapter. And I'm reading off of you and I'm learning off of you and everything. So I want to say thank you, Fostina Dixon. So as we move along, I would like to mention other tracks that I'm going to play, which will be Gotta Move On and Momentum. And, of course, A Better Way. So can you tell me about those three tracks? I sure do want to know. Can you tell me about those three tracks? The story
I would like to know what made you pick those. Well, I asked for A Better Way, but what made you pick Gotta Move On and Momentum?
I Gotta Move On was really got me at the seat. Gotta Move On and a Momentum, that and then A Better Way. But I love the tracks on your new album. You really put your foot in this album right here, Fostina. So yes, I thank you. Just got me wide awake, paying more attention to you now. So thank you for this new album.
Thank you so much.
Everybody go and check out Fostina Dixon, her new album, New Beginnings. Quite sure the music can be bought and streamed and listened to on major streams online. correct, Faustina?
Yes, and particularly if you want to download, I think the easiest is Amazon or iTunes, which is now called Apple Music as well. So because people were saying, I can't get it, I can't. So I think those are the two easy. Yeah.
And of
and
course,
if you live in Delaware, I have a few.
It's on your website too, correct?
Oh yeah. You can go to my website and get information, but there are so many streaming sites.
Yeah.
And people who wanted to download, they were confused. You know.
Yeah.
So if you want to download,
people got to learn how to work their phones. They got to know the networks. They got to know streams, Spotify, iTunes, Apple, Amazon, all of them. You know, you got to know your streams. Work your phones, people. So, and also this show is recorded, and it will be available on major streams as well, where podcast is available on all the streams. So those tracks I will play at the end of the show. Any other information you'd like to give, Faustina, as we about to turn out and sign off? Any words of wisdom you'd like to give? You gave enough understanding and wisdom earlier. So any last words you would like to give to the up-and-coming artists? Any other last words you want to give?
Yeah. You know, we always hear keep the faith, and, you know, so I understand. What does that mean? Just get up in the morning and, you know, do the best you can every day. Listen to your elders, those people who love you, because chances are if they love you, they're doing the best they can to give you good advice. And but yeah, do your best every day. Don't put any more pressure on yourself trying to be like anybody else. Be who you are. Be true to yourself. Seek the truth in God. Seek the truth in God. And you'll be all right.
All right. Thank you. Fostina Dixon, everyone. Hey. Thank you for those encouraging words. Check Faustina's website. Can you mention your website again, Faustina?
Yes, it's my name, www.FaustinaDixon.com.
All right.
And give me a shout-out on my social media pages, please. We work so hard as artists to keep ourselves exposed and share our information, and we really do need people to support us. So please, people, continue to support us all, you know, in any way you can.
Yes, amen to that.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Lady Diva about to sign out. I will play first, Gotta Move On. So that's what I'm doing, moving on, everyone. And the next one will be Momentum, and the last track will be A Better Way. So go ahead and go buy her album, New Beginnings. The album was just released February 10th. Brand spanking new, everyone. And Fostina Dixon, I love you, love your music. You're always welcome to come back on the show with any new projects. I'm quite sure for next year I'll be seeing and talking to you again. Keep it up.
Oh, thank you.
We need you and your music and your creativity. And you're a woman.
Oh, you have been a joy. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. So you are very inspiring to me. And I'm following you for life. And I want to thank you and I appreciate you.
Thank you so much. And thank you all for tuning in.
All right, everyone. Thank you all for tuning in. More shows coming up on my platform for this month. Anyone that wants to be a guest on my show, you know what to do. Send it all to my email. No inboxing, please. This is Brenda Moss, a.k.a. Lady Diva, signing out for Lady Diva Live Radio. Good day, everyone. Be safe and take care of yourself. Gotta move on.